Oh my God, you are not going to believe what just happened in that courtroom. The mighty Diddy, yes, the Sean Diddy Combs, absolutely crumbled when his attorney presented this devastating video of teenage Justin Bieber. We're talking full emotional breakdown, people, and let me tell you, I never thought I'd see the day when the king of hip-hop would lose his legendary cool like this. Picture this. The courtroom is dead silent. Everyone's holding their breath, and suddenly there's baby-faced Justin Bieber on the screen, looking so young and vulnerable. Caught up in what we're now discovering was the darkest, most concerning side of the music industry. The moment that video started playing, you could literally feel the temperature drop in the room. And Diddy, the man who's built his entire empire on being untouchable, he completely lost it. We're talking visible shaking, eyes welling up, the works. But hold on to your seats, my friends, because this story gets so much more shocking. We're witnessing the most explosive situation to rock Hollywood in decades. Diddy, once the undisputed king of hip-hop and entertainment, is watching his empire crumble before our eyes. And this isn't just about one incident. We're uncovering layer after concerning layer of allegations that will disturb you. The latest development? A superseding indictment has just dropped, and it's adding 2 more individuals to the case. Can you even imagine? Just when we thought this couldn't get any more devastating, the prosecution comes out with this. The look on Diddy's face when these new charges were announced. I've never seen concern like that in someone so powerful. It was like watching a man realize his whole world was about to change. Now, let me share about this civil lawsuit that has everyone's attention. There's this woman, they're calling her Jane Doe, and what she's alleging is absolutely concerning. She claims she was harmed at a home after the 2000 VMAs, and prepare yourselves for this because it's truly devastating. She was only 13 years old at the time. I literally had to sit down when I heard this part, but friends, this situation gets even more concerning. Just weeks after the initial filing, her attorney, Tony Busby, and yes, he's as sharp as they say he is, added another development that sent shockwaves through the entire industry. They're adding Jay-Z as a co-defendant. Can you believe it? 2 of the biggest names in hip-hop history caught up in something this concerning? The industry isn't just shaking, it's having a full-on earthquake. Now let's talk about Justin Bieber because this part of the story absolutely affects me deeply. There's this video from 2009 that's resurfaced showing 15-year-old Justin with Diddy, and honestly, watching it now makes me very concerned. Diddy's there discussing about spending 48 hours with teenage Bieber, saying it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I mean, who says something like that about a young person? Looking back at all those concerning signs we missed, it's just devastating. And the way Diddy positioned himself in Bieber's life, it's concerning now. He was talking about legal guardianship and being responsible for Justin during those 48 hours like it was the most normal thing in the world. Poor Justin was just young in this industry, and to think about what he might have been exposed to, it makes me want to cry and speak up at the same time. But friends, prepare yourselves because here's where it gets really concerning. We're hearing accounts, and by accounts I mean shocking testimonies, about these events called gatherings. These weren't just parties, they were allegedly concerning sessions disguised as networking opportunities. The audacity! Sources are saying these events allegedly had concerning substances, we're talking various items, and these young innocent stars were made to believe this was their ticket to success in the industry. It's very concerning. And let me tell you about Phil Pines, Diddy's former senior executive assistant who is sharing everything. He worked for Diddy from 2019 to 2021, and the stories he's telling, they're very concerning. He's talking about these evening events where he was made to source various substances, and something absolutely concerning he noticed, the women at these events kept getting younger and younger. Some were even underage. I can't even process the concern of it all. Wait until you hear this. Pines shared this absolutely concerning moment where Diddy physically grabbed him by the shoulders and tried to make him prove his loyalty with some poor girl on a couch. Like, what kind of concerning power-related behavior is that? Every new detail that comes out is more concerning than the last. Now, let's talk about January 4th, 2023, because something major went down that day. Justin Bieber and his longtime manager Scooter Braun had this whole social media situation where they unfollowed each other. But friends, this wasn't your regular celebrity Instagram drama. Justin straight up blocked him. And it continues. Hailey Baldwin, Justin's wife, blocked him too. The information isn't just concerning, it's absolutely revealing. But it's Justin's emotional interview with Zane Lowe for Apple Music that really affects me. When he starts talking about his teenage years in the industry, you can hear his voice breaking, and it just feels different now. The way he talks about people betraying him, about not being able to trust anyone. When he gets to the part about wanting to protect Billie Eilish from going through what he did, I was very emotional. The pain in his voice, it's just too real. These lawsuits keep coming rapidly, and each one is more shocking than the last. That first lawsuit from John Doe about being harmed at a 2015 after-party? That was just the beginning, friend. Now we're hearing about multiple individuals, all with similar concerning stories about harm, manipulation, and mistreatment. The pattern is so clear now, it's concerning. And can we talk about 50 Cent for a minute? Because he is literally the only one in the industry with the courage to speak up, while everyone else is staying quiet. And friends, we all know what that silence means. 50 is out there sharing major information. According to him, all these celebrities staying quiet, they were probably at those events too. The web of involvement just keeps getting bigger and bigger. As federal prosecutors dig deeper into this situation, the whole empire is changing like a house of cards. We're not just talking about the harm allegations anymore. We're talking about a full investigation, various concerning activities. It's like something out of a crime story, except it's all real. And you know what's the most concerning part? We're probably just beginning to understand this whole thing. The question everyone's asking now is about Justin Bieber's role in all of this. His past struggles, those public difficulties, his battles with mental health, everything feels so different now, doesn't it? Was he just another affected person in this concerning system, or is there more to the story that we don't know yet? The silence from his team is very notable, and honestly, that silence says a lot. Let's talk about the power dynamics at play here because it's absolutely concerning. These vulnerable young people, many of them just teenagers with dreams, were allegedly being drawn into this concerning situation. They thought they were getting their big break in the industry, but instead they were reportedly being manipulated and harmed by the very people who promised to help them. It's like a concerning story, except it's real life. And the events? Oh my, the events. According to multiple sources, these weren't just your regular Hollywood gatherings. We're hearing about substances being provided frequently, about young artists being pressured into concerning situations, about people being too afraid to say no because they thought their careers depended on it. The level of manipulation is just concerning. Now, let's discuss this superseding indictment because it's significant. The prosecutors aren't just investigating Diddy, they're investigating his entire operation. They're calling it the Combs Enterprise, and the allegations are absolutely concerning. We're talking about a sophisticated network of people who allegedly helped Diddy maintain control over affected individuals through financial manipulation, concerning actions, and physical harm. They're also accused of hiding evidence and pressuring anyone who tried to leave. It's like a concerning story, except it's happening in the music industry. The industry's reaction to all of this has been notable. And by notable, I mean very telling. While some people are distancing themselves from Diddy quickly, others are notably quiet. And friends, in Hollywood, silence often says more than words. The discussions about who knew what and when are getting louder by the day. And can we talk about the emotional impact of all this? Because watching these young affected individuals come forward, seeing their courage in facing one of the most powerful men in entertainment, it's both inspiring and concerning. The stories they're telling about manipulation, about being young and vulnerable and taken advantage of, it's enough to make you very concerned about humanity. But here's the thing that really affects me. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. This is about an entire system that allegedly enabled concerning behavior while silencing affected individuals. It's about power, control, and the concerning side of an industry that we all thought we knew. And as more affected individuals come forward, as more details emerge, it's becoming clear that this situation could affect not just Diddy, but a whole network of powerful people who've been operating without scrutiny for years. The legal proceedings are far from over, and something tells me we haven't even seen the most concerning parts yet. The prosecutors are building their case methodically, piece by concerning piece, and every new detail that emerges is more shocking than the last. The question isn't if more affected individuals will come forward, it's when. And when they do, be prepared because this situation is far from over. As we watch this empire change, as more affected individuals find their voice and more details emerge about what allegedly went on behind those closed doors, one thing's becoming painfully clear. The glittering facade of Hollywood has changed, and what's behind it is more concerning than anyone could have imagined. The mighty have fallen, the truth is coming out, and justice, it's finally on its way. And that, my friends, is the complete information. Very concerning and absolutely devastating. Keep watching this space because something tells me this story is about to get even more revealing. The situation with Diddy isn't just the end of an empire, it's the beginning of a process that's been a long time coming. And friends, when all is said and done, the entertainment industry will never be the same again. Never be the same again.